Hello, good morning. My name is Kat and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be sort of an introduction to a series of videos that I plan to do. And those videos are going to be about books, lots and lots of books. But now some backstory as to why I'm doing this video and the preceding series for this video. I decided to do the scavenger bookshelf, the scavenger hunt bookshelf edition that was by the novel Nana. I've already recorded that video and it will be up on Friday, May 22nd. And I also decided to do the What Book Baby tag as well. That video I do have recorded. I do not have it edited yet just because it's a little bit longer. And then I also plan to do the 2 books with 1 stone tag that I originally saw on Dahlia de Winters, and I also saw it on the novel Nana, and I believe I also saw it on Cordy's channel. So those are 3 tag videos that I've done one and I need to edit one and then I need to record one. But while doing those videos, I realized it has been approximately 5 years since I have actually read a book for me and not just for school. I mean, I have enjoyed many of the books that I have read for school, but I was not just sitting there binge reading the book. Or just relaxing while I read the book. I was consciously having to analyze everything I read and commit it to my memory for lectures and for prospective assignments, and that is not a pleasure read. So I realized this when I was doing those videos and thinking about those videos, and I've decided to change that. I'm tired of not reading a book for me. I miss reading a physical book for me. That's not to say that I haven't read for me or for pleasure, that's how you want to word it. In that 5 years, I am an avid fanfiction reader. I read a ton of fanfiction, honestly. I go on like week-long fanfiction benders where I read hundreds of fanfictions in a short amount of time. And there's nothing wrong with that. I still love fanfiction, but sometimes you just can't replace the feel of a physical book. The smell, the touch, the sound of pages turning. There's just something about that adds to the book experience, the reading experience, and I miss having that. I'm sure people are saying, well, you could have just read. Well, here's the thing. I was constantly like, because I've acquired books over those 5 years, and I was just like, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it on like a break, like spring break or Thanksgiving break or Christmas break or summer break, and I never get to it because I was working or over like Thanksgiving and spring break. I've had like homework and stuff that I've been working on before, and I keep putting it off. And I'm gonna say stop to that. I'm actually going to do it. And so I'm doing it. Yesterday was Saturday the 16th, and as of yesterday, I have read 2 books this month. One of them I read before this decision, and both of them were ebooks. I do like ebooks just because I can just scroll through it, and I can read them pretty quickly that way. but sometimes I just really want a physical book to read. So I'm going to read physical books, and I entered all of the books that I have that I want to either reread or read onto GoodReads, because I didn't really use GoodReads when I was younger, obviously, because I didn't really understand it. It wasn't until very, very recently, like within the last week, and try 2 days, that I actually started to dig into GoodReads and understand it more. But I do want to reread most of my books, like just about almost all of them that I have read before, because I'm curious to know that when I last read them was so long ago that I have grown up. I'm no longer, some of them I read in middle school, some of them I read at early high school. I actually don't have a lot of the books that I've read in my later high school years because I was reading school library books. I really wish that I had access to the accelerated reader list of books that I took tests on throughout my entire school career. That would be so interesting for me to look at. I know that I've just about, when I was younger, took an AR test for every book that I had read that I own. But, so, for this video, I'm going to just read off the books that are on my GoodReads list, and this is not including it includes some of them, but not all of them. Like, it contains a very few amount of them. I, over like a 2-day period, ordered 30 books, and somebody needed to stop me. But come on, books. So I ordered 30 books. They should be here by the end of May, I believe. So here's hoping for that. But so I will do a video for those when I get them. Like, I'll do like an unboxing type video or a book haul video. That's what it's, I think that's what it's called. So here is my GoodReads page. I currently, in my read shelf, I have 32 books. In my currently reading, I have 2 books, and then in my want to read, I have 89 books. So we will start with my currently reading, just because. So one of them that I have on this list is How to Write Dazzling Dialogue, the Fastest Way to Improve Any Manuscript. I'm reading this book on my Kindle. So I'm reading it as an ebook, and this is a book I had wanted to get to help me with like writing dialogue, but I saw it on Tamara Woods does a series of like books that she has, like a group of author tubers who get on her channel. I don't remember what it's called, but they all read that book over a month, and then at the end of a month they talk about it, and they pick one book a month. So that's I was like, you know what, I really wanted this book, I'm gonna get it. It's not too expensive on Kindle, so I got it. The second book that I'm currently reading is Heist Society by Ali Carter. So I actually physically have this book. This is a book that I got not long after it came out, and I would have been, I think, in middle school when this book came out. So this is one of those books that I'm rereading to see if I still really like it. So I'm currently this far. This is how much I've read. I'm on page 63 of 287. So currently rereading Heist Society by Ali Carter. And now those were the 2 books that I'm currently reading. Now we're gonna go to my want to read list. And we're going to sort it by author. So I want to read No Plot, No Problem, Revised and Expanded Edition, a low-stress, high-velocity guide to writing a novel in 30 days. This is the book that goes along, sort of goes along with NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, that takes place in November. I do own this book, and I own it on my Kindle, so I own the ebook edition. This next book is part of the 30 books that I ordered, and it's Queen of Swords and Silence by Caro Brown. Caro is an author tuber as well. And then I want to read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Stories. I do own it. It's actually on my bookshelf in the living room right now, but that bad boy's like this thick because it's got it's got all of the Alice in Wonderland plus some short stories in it. So it's really thick, and that's by Lewis Carroll, of course. And then I believe the illustration in it is by John Tenniel, but I'm not 100%, don't quote me on that. Next, I would like to reread, this is a series, and I own the physical books. They are on my bookshelf. They are on the lower part of my bookshelf, though. It's the Gallagher Girl series by Allie Carter as well. I don't have them in their order on here, and they're all mixed up because I have a couple Allie Carter books on here. Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy. Don't judge a girl by her cover. And then Out of Sight, Out of Time. I'd Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. United We Spy. And those are the ones that I have on this list. I think I'm missing one off this list. 2, 3. Yes, I'm missing one on this list. But I think that's because it's in my red list. Actually, I don't think I own that one. Yeah, I don't even own that copy. Okay, that would explain it. If I do own it, it's probably on an ebook. But then, so I want to reread that series. And then another book by Allie Carter that I want to read is All Fall Down. This is the first book in the MC Row series, and I own it, but I've never read it because I ordered it and it was at my dad's house until like I moved here, and then I forgot I needed to read it still once I got here. So, and then this is a book that I ordered, so that'll be here later this month, is Dear Allie, How Do You Write a Book? So this one is nonfiction. And then I also want to read the second and third books in the High Society series, which is Uncommon Criminals and Perfect Scoundrels, respectively. And then after I finish reading the High Society trilogy, I'm going to read Grift of the Magi, a High Society novella, which takes place after the 3 High Society books. So I want to reread the books so I remember everything that happened in them before I read that novella. And then this is another book that I ordered. It is Not If I Save You First, also by Allie Carter. Okay, we're out of the Allie Carter books. And then I have Something Like Fate by Susan Colasanti. I can't pronounce anything, I'm sorry. I do own this book physically, I believe. I have read it, but I do not remember anything from it. And then I have The Complete Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle, which I've never read, actually. I own that really fancy edition of it, but I never read it. So this next book is one I got out of a subscription box that I haven't read. It's called Malice by Pintip Dunn. I hope I'm pronouncing that. I'm sorry if I'm not. Let me click on it real quick. I do have... Oh, okay. So Malice. And then the next book I own, which is Good Omens, The Nice and Accurate Prophecies of Agnes Nutter Witch. I've owned this for a while, but I haven't actually finished reading it. So that is definitely on my to be read list. I also have Death the Deluxe Edition on here. So both of these were by Neil Gaiman. Good Omens was also by Terry Pratchett. Death the Deluxe Edition by Neil Gaiman is a comic book, and I do own it on my Kindle. Next up are 3 books that are a trilogy, and they are also coming in an order of books within the next end of the month. Ruby Red. This is the Ruby Red trilogy called Ruby Red, Emerald Green, and Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear and Anthea Bell. I don't remember very much about those. I'm going to eventually do a video before or during my rereads, because I've already started reading this one, about a small group of the books, and it will just be all of the information about the books and then what I remember about them if I've reread them, if I'm rereading, just so you know. Next up, I have You Are a Writer by Jeff Goins. I believe I have this on my Kindle. The Princess Bride by William Goldman. I have a physical copy on my bookshelf in the living room. Next up, Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, obviously by the Grimms. I own that really big edition of it. It's also in the living room. Next up is Unenchanted by Shonda Hahn. This is also coming in an order sometime this month. Next up is the Owen High School Host Club entire series, so volumes 1 through 18. They are by Bisco Hattori, and I'm not going to read off every name because they literally are Owen High School Host Club volume whatever. There's 18 of them. I actually own these in physical copy. They are in the living room as well, and I also own them on my Kindle. I had a small problem. I liked them, but I wanted the physical copies, so I bought the physical copies. Okay, never have those. Now we're to Take Off Your Pants, Outline Your Words for Faster, Better Writing by Libby Hawker. This is something I own as an ebook. First Grave on the Right by Dorinda Jones. This is a book I got out of a subscription box. I have no clue what it's about. Next up, I have The Mystery at Lilac Inn by Carol Keene. This is a Nancy Drew book. Another Nancy Drew book, The Secret of the Old Clock by Carolyn Keene. Nancy Drew, The Bungalow Mystery. Nancy Drew, The Secret at Shadow Ranch. I also have a couple of Nancy Drew books coming in one of the book orders. I did 3 orders, and I don't remember which one it's coming in. I think it's in the batch of 20 books that I ordered. Next up, I have Aftershocks by Marco Clues. I got this in a subscription box. Save Your Breath by Melinda Lee. I also got this in a subscription box. Song of the Dryad by Natalia Lee. I do own this on Kindle, and I actually bought that, and I plan to read it. Next up on my list, it hasn't been published, but it will be published on July 9th, is Pistol Daisy by Natalia Lee. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never read a Western style book, but I am looking forward to it because I've enjoyed watching Natalia's journey here on AuthorTube, through writing it, editing it, and the cover and everything. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay. But I will order that in physical copy. I have not pre-ordered it because you can't pre-order the physical copy yet. But okay, next book, The Night Olivia Fell by Christina McDonald. I also got this in a subscription box. The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moresi. She's an AuthorTuber, and I ordered this book. It will be here within a month. If You Tell a True Story of Murder, Family Secrets, and the Unbreakable Bond of Sisterhood by Greg Olson. I got this in a subscription box. The Children's Crusade by Anne Packer. I got this in a subscription box. Successful Self-Publishing, How to Self-Publish and Market Your Book in Ebook and Print by Joanna Penn. I have this in ebook. I do have Kindle Unlimited, so some of those ebooks that I say might be Kindle Unlimited and might be books I legit own. Okay, Opposite of Always, Justin A. Reynolds. I got this in a subscription box. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. The Last Olympian, Rick Riordan. Titan's Curse, Rick Riordan. The Sea of Monsters, Rick Riordan. So basically the Percy Jackson series, I own it. It's right there. You can literally see it right there. I just haven't read it yet. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, all by J.K. Rowling. I have read some of them, but I have not read all of them, nor have I read them in the correct order. Just saying. I don't know how that happened, I just know it did. And it was annoying. So the Harry Potter series. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I can't pronounce her name, and I'm so sorry. This is a book I actually believe I picked up at Goodwill when I worked there. Next up is all the L.J. Smith books that I have. So The Secret Circle, and The Initiation and the Captive, Part 1. So some of these, just because it's listing them by author, they're all mixed together, so there's series mixed together on this list. So it's going to be annoying for a hot second. Dark Angel, which is part of Night World, Witchlight, Night World, which is part of the Night World, Huntress, Night World, Soulmate, Night World, Daughters of Darkness, Night World, The Captive Part 2 and The Power, which is part of the Secret Circle, The Chosen, Night World, Spellbinder, Night World, Black Dawn, Night World. Okay, those were the L.J. Smith books I had on here. But I also believe I want to reread The Vampire Diaries, but I will do that at a later date, because it's not on my read list. Okay. Buzzkill by David Sosnowski, and this I got in a subscription box. The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien. I do own this in physical copy. It's just in there. Outlining Your Novel, Map Your Way to Success by K.M. Wayland. I own this in physical copy. Creating Character Arcs, the Masterful Author's Guide to Uniting Story Structure, Plot. It's a long title, we gotta wait for the page to load. Plot and Character Development by K.M. Wield. I own this on ebook. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I got that in a subscription box. Was that all of them? Oh my god, there were so many books. Okay. Whew. Yeah, we're done, and it's under 25 minutes. Whew. So those are all of the books currently on my want to read list. This is not including the majority of the books that I ordered. So when those books come in, I will do a book haul for them and add them to my GoodReads list. Well, that was a lot of talking before 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh my gosh, so many books. So yeah, those are all the books I'm currently planning on reading eventually. On GoodReads, they do have the challenge of reading books thingy, and I put 50 on it just because it's been so long since I read, and I've already read 2 of them, and I started the challenge in May. So yeah. So watch out for the first video of the rereads video and the books I want to read video. So it's going to be like a combined series, or maybe it'll be separate. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll figure that out when I get there. But the first books that I'm rereading is going to be the Heist Society series by Allie Carter. So yeah, be on the lookout for that video. It will probably show up next week because I'm trying out a schedule for posting videos. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching me read an entire list of books. If you liked this video, please hit the like button down below. If you'd like more content from me, hit subscribe. If you would like to Wednesday mornings do some writing sprints. 8:30 from 11:30 Eastern time, do writing sprints live here on my channel. That's every Wednesday, unless I have to move, and then it's going to be cut off for I don't know how long. But I will inform you when that happens. Again, on Friday, I have a video coming out, and that's a scavenger hunt of my bookshelf. You get to watch me think really hard about books for like almost 20 to 30 minutes. And I mean, I was thinking hard during that video. I even comment in the video, like in like video thingies, like in this area, about how funny it was. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.